Yeah, you want to be in a video? You'll be in it if you want. So hey there YouTube, how's it going today? Today I wanted to talk about motorcycle accidents. So I've met a lot of people, people who I've known for a long time. I tell them I bought a motorcycle and it's always kind of the same reaction. You got to be careful. Motorcycles are dangerous, or, other drivers are crazy, or what have you. So, for some reason today I was watching all these like YouTube motorcycle fail videos. All these people wrecking their bikes and stuff. And it occurred to me that perhaps, perhaps it's something that I need to talk about. So, those videos really upset me because I feel like it's discouraging, It's discouraging to people who are interested in riding a motorcycle, and that's really something that holds them back, is the fear of, hey, I could fucking get a motorcycle and I could die, or I could wreck my bike and be a vegetable for the rest of forever or something. Which, okay, that's a possibility. But it's important that you learn how to fucking ride a bike. And it's important that you understand that there is a risk associated with riding a motorcycle, but you shouldn't be afraid of it. You should just have a healthy respect for the fact that, the ground's moving past you at 60 miles per hour. If you fall off, hell yeah, you're gonna be fucking injured. And it doesn't matter what the fuck you wear. You can wear all the pads and armor and shit you fucking want. You're still gonna get hurt. And whether it's, a lot or a little is really what the difference is. But the fact is, you could drop your bike and have full fucking armor on and still break an arm, or fucking, you're at least gonna get scraped up. So, just my opinion about that. But like I was trying to say, I feel like it's discouraging for people who want to fucking get into riding bike or get into riding a motorcycle. And I feel like, that kind of propagates the whole stereotype about, oh, motorcycles are dangerous and you're just gonna die, and because that's not the case. And I remember, like I told, when I first got a motorcycle, I told my mom, I was like, hey, I got a motorcycle, and she was real concerned about it, because my mom thinks kind of the same thing that a lot of people think. Motorcycles are dangerous, and motorcycles, you're gonna get yourself killed. Which, like I said, there's a possibility, something you should always have a respect for, the fact that, yeah, you could hurt yourself real bad on a motorcycle. But if you learn, if you take the time, and if you're careful, and, if you care enough about yourself, I think really is one of the key things. If you're smart, and if you care enough about yourself to know that, yes, I can handle this machine. No, I cannot. That's really what it comes down to. If you are at a place where you feel uncomfortable, then don't go any further. Stop where you are, reach your comfort level wherever you're at, and then move on. Because, like, for me, like I said in a bunch of my videos, my first bike I actually had and rode a lot was a scooter. It was a 70cc scooter, and I bought that because at the time I felt like, if I don't like this, if this scares me too much or something, then at least I won't be out a lot of money, and at least, it's something that I can learn to ride on. Because to me it was basically just like a bicycle with a motor. It had like spoke tires and all that kind of shit. Like, it wasn't really like a motorcycle. It was somewhere in between a bicycle and a motorcycle, and that's what kind of made me comfortable with it. And, then I got the 550, and that's when my mom was concerned, and some of my other family members found out that I had a motorcycle, and, they had expressed their own concerns. But it was more just, be careful. It wasn't like, hey, you shouldn't have a motorcycle, you're gonna die. It was just like, you need, I think they understood the same thing I'm trying to say, which is you just gotta have the healthy respect for, you could fucking hurt yourself. Yeah, right? I mean, it's understood. So, that's another thing that I wanted to say about these fail videos. It's just like you kind of get people worked up about motorcycle accidents. Like, I remember when I first got a real motorcycle, when I first got the 550 that I used to have, I used to hate when people put those fucking videos on. And like my buddy told me about tank slappers, which is like, I don't know, it's just like a tag that they use on those videos for like people that do like the motorcycle races and shit, and they get all wobbly, but they don't fall, like they recover, a lot of them. And that made me feel kind of better, because, you know, if dudes going 200 miles per hour can get the speed wobbles and fucking level it out somehow, then there's hope. And yeah, they're professional drivers, but I mean, it doesn't mean that it's not something you couldn't figure out, because what really makes somebody a professional? It's just experience, training and experience, but you can get your own, you can train yourself, you know, you can train yourself through your own experience. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Hi.
I like your GoPro.
Thanks. Oh, ladies love the GoPros because they think you're gonna do something badass. I just fucking ride my bike around because I ain't fucking anybody special.